draw the attention towards the role of civic society to increase global economy through sustainable development. As we all know, sustainable development is critical to ensuring long-term economic growth and prosperity. Civic society play a critical role in ensuring that we must development goals. In Argentina, civic society has been active in promoting sustainable development through various initiatives. For example, the NGO, Fundación Ambiente para Recursos Naturales. In short, FAN. FAN has been working on promoting sustainable development in Argentina. FAN has worked on issues such as climate change, biodiversity conservation, and sustainable agriculture. And another example is that Argentina de Municipios Frente al Cambio Climático, Argentine network of municipalities against climate change, a network of municipalities committed to promoting sustainable development and combating climate change. Civic society organizations such as FAN and Argentine network of municipalities play a critical role in promoting sustainable development in Argentina by engaging with local communities, adopting policy changes, and promoting best practices. These organizations are helping to create more sustainable and equitable future for Argentina. In conclusion, sustainable development is critical to long-term economic growth and prosperity of our planet. Civic society plays a vital role in this cause. We must continue to support and empower civic society organizations' effort to continue promoting sustainable development.
Australia can contribute to the sustainable development goals in many ways, including through work in care economy, volunteering in the community, and preserving the natural environment. Australia currently has bilateral free trade agreement with New Zealand, the United States, Thailand, and Singapore as of 2007. Civil society offers a valuable and effective mode of achieving development impact. Engaging in a sustained and strategic way will help Australia to shape up with our partner the kind of region we hope to live in. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now please welcome esteemed Prime Minister Mr. Jair Bolsonaro, sir, of Brazil.
The delegate of Brazil is here. I take the opportunity to congratulate the other members of the G-20 for the timely initiatives developed throughout the year. After this brief introduction, it is a pleasure to participate in this meeting and to be able once again to exchange experiences with the G-20 partners. In the economic sphere, our countries have invested more than $10 trillion in the world economy. Our finance ministers and central bank presidents have agreed on the G-20 action plan succeeding the global economy in the debt service suspension initiative. These measures have contributed to ensure market liquidity and provide fiscal relief to the most vulnerable countries. In this way, we have prevented the effects of the pandemic from being even more devastating. As the pandemic is overcome in Brazil, people's lives return to normal and the prospects for an economic recovery become more positive and concrete. For this reason, we want to continue the program of structural reforms to further strengthen and stimulate Brazil's sustained growth. The reform of the WTO, which was necessary before the pandemic, is now a key element for the recovery of the world economy. Brazil advocates progress on the three pillars of the WTO: negotiations, dispute settlement, and monitoring and transparency. We also hope that the appellate body will be able to return to full cooperation as soon as possible. I propose that our ministers discuss and share best practices on how to deal with the issue, avoiding the trap of subsidies, policies that distort international trade. Together, we will strengthen and stimulate our economies and generate more well-being and sustainability for our populations. Obrigado.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to call Deputy Prime Minister Mr. Justin Trudeau of Canada.
Hello everyone. Bonjour. We live in a time of great change. An increasingly integrated global economy has created unprecedented growth, but the benefits have not been felt everywhere. These shifts present the opportunities for all of us, government, civil society and businesses to work together to shape a better, more equal and more prosperous world for everyone. Canada's agenda for sustainable development challenges us to take action to advance equality, and make sure everyone has the opportunity they need to prosper. Canada's priorities are building economic growth that works for everyone, empowerment of women and girls, narrowing persistent social economic gaps, improving gender equality. No one country can solve these problems alone, but by working together, we can create a better future for everyone. Canada firmly believes that promoting gender equality and the empowerment of women and girls is the most effective way to achieve this goal and drive progress on all sustainable development goals. For sustainable development, Canada has an ambitious action plan. For Canada, leaving no one behind is a transformative agenda rooted in the principles of inclusiveness. Canada is also working with the global partners to support sustainable development. Achieving a more sustainable future requires to tackle climate change, improving the health of oceans, transforming the way we produce, use and transport energy. The interconnected world we live in requires us to work together. Canada's comprehensive climate plan includes reducing carbon emissions, improving energy efficiency, generating more energy, driving new solutions for sustainable extraction and use of fossil fuels. Canada is steadfast in its commitment to work with our global partners to address all 17 sustainable development goals and climate change. We will work together to live a cleaner, healthier and more sustainable planet. Thank you, ma'am, for giving me the floor. Thank you. Mercy.
Thank you so much, sir. We are well aware that our Bakal sir's time is very valuable and we are very thankful that he took time from his busy schedule and motivate us. I request sir to bless us with his wise words.
देश की रक्षा के लिए बॉर्डर पर शहीद होने वाले वीरों को विवाद अभिवादन। आज सिंधु एजुकेशन सोसाइटी द्वारा आयोजित इस C-20 समिट के लिए उपस्थित आदरणीय बजाज मैडम, दीपक बजाज सर, प्रिंसिपल डिप्टी मैडम, वाइस प्रिंसिपल सुदाम सर, सभी प्रतीकात्मक देशों के डिग्निटरीज और मेरे सामने जो बैठे सभी बच्चियां और बच्चों, बच्चों एक खास बात बोलता हूँ ना, आपकी पीढ़ी के सामने मेरे को बात करते टाइम ना मैं डर जाता हूँ। तो मैं लिटरली प्रिंसिपल डिम्पी मैडम और उनकी टीम का बहुत ही आभारी हूँ कि हमारे बच्चों के सामने उन्होंने ये जो C-20 का आयोजन किया है वो एक अद्भुत है। बच्चों, पढ़ने की, याद रखने की एक 3 चीजें मेडिकली प्रूव है कि जब हम सुनते हैं, जब हम पढ़ते हैं और कोई चीज हम अगर देखते हैं और पढ़ते हैं तो सबसे ज्यादा हमारे दिमाग में वो जो बैठता है ना, कोई चीज देखना और पढ़ना उसके बारे में, वो सबसे ज्यादा इफेक्टिव होता है हमारे लर्निंग के लिए। हम जब आप बहुत लकी है कि 8 और 9 क्लास में आपको G-20 के बारे में, मतलब C-20 के थ्रू G-20 के बारे में पता चल रहा है। हमारे टाइम हम जब ग्रेजुएशन हुआ, हमारा BSc कंप्लीट होने के बाद जब हम कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम की पढ़ाई करने लगे, FSC की पढ़ाई करने लगे, तब जाके हमको नोटो, सेंटो, ये जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, OIC है हमारी, अभी तो फ्लिपकार्ट है, ब्रिक्स है, ये जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है ये हमको कॉलेज लाइफ के बाद उसको डिटेल्स में पढ़ने को मिला है। बहुत लकी है कि आपके प्रिंसिपल मैडम और उनकी टीम ने, आपके स्कूल इंस्टीट्यूट के अध्यक्ष मैडम, सेक्रेटरी सर, इन्होंने ये अपॉर्चुनिटी दी है। बच्चों यहीं रुकना नहीं है, अभी आपको मैं 100% गारंटी देता हूँ, ये जो आप यहाँ पे देख रहे हो, इसमें से आपको हर चीज पता चल रही है कि एक इंटरनेशनल प्रोटोकॉल किस प्रकार का होता है, कोई फॉरेन डिग्निटरीज हमारे देश में आते हैं कि उनको किस प्रकार एक मोटा मोटी अपने आपके दिमाग में ये समझ में आ जाएगा कि ये किस तरह से प्रोटोकॉल फॉलो किया जाता है। ये चीजें सीखने को मिलेगी। G20 क्या है, कब उसका स्थापना हुई, किस देश में उसका हेडक्वार्टर है, ये सब आपके मैडम आपको सारा पढ़ाया होगा, बताया होगा। इसके बारे में इसमें मैं ज़्यादा नहीं जाना चाहूँगा। आपको एक ही रिक्वेस्ट है, अभी से अगर मैं आपको, आप जो ये चीज़ देख रहे हैं, जब आप यूपीएससी एमपीएससी का एग्जाम देने जाओगे तो ये चीज़ आपके एकदम दिमाग में फिट बैठ जाएंगी। आप बहुत अच्छा आंसर लिख पाओगे। 20 मार्क का क्वेश्चन आप बहुत बढ़िया लिख पाओगे, क्योंकि आपके 8 या 9 स्टैंडर्ड की एज में, 14-15 साल की एज में ये चीज आपको देखने को मिली। और इसी की वजह से आप इतना ही नहीं, फिर आप जाओगे नाटो क्या है, जो यूक्रेन और रशिया अमेरिका जो चल रहा है ना, वो आप पढ़ना चाहोगे कि वो क्या होता है, सेंटो क्या होता है, ओआईसी क्या होता है। ये धीरे धीरे आप में एक इंथुजियाज्म क्रिएट हो जाएगा कि मैं इंटरनेशनल ये जो कमिटीज होती है ये किस प्रकार से काम करती है, इसके लिए मैं स्टडी करूँ। मैं आपको हार्दिक बधाई देता हूँ, आपके फ्यूचर के लिए आशीर्वाद और ईश्वर के चरण में प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि आपका फ्यूचर ब्राइट हो। और डिम्पी मैडम से भी रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि आप अपने एरिया के बच्चों को बहुत अच्छा, मैं साल भर से देख रहा हूँ, बहुत अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म आप अवेलेबल करके दे रही है कि हमारे बच्चों को प्रमोट किए जाए, उनके अंदर जो कुछ एक्टिविटीज़ है, अच्छे गुण हैं, उसको सपोर्ट मिले, वो अपलिफ्ट हो। इसके लिए आप हमेशा पढ़ाई के साथ साथ इस चीज़ को प्रमोट करते हो। इस आपको भी हार्दिक बधाई। आप ऐसे ही करते जाइए, क्योंकि आज का ज़माना सिर्फ किताबी ज्ञानों से नहीं चलेगा बेटा। आपको मल्टीटास्किंग होना जरूरी है। सब तरफ हमारा एक हम एक्सपर्ट होना चाहिए। एक्सपर्ट नहीं होने तो कम से कम चीज़ों की मालूमात तो भी होनी चाहिए। मैं इतना ही बोल के सर ने, मैडम ने, प्रिंसिपल मैडम ने मुझे यहाँ बुलाया, आप सबको सुनने का मौका मिला। बहुत अच्छा आप बोलते हो, बहुत अच्छी प्रैक्टिस आपने की है, ऐसा ही करते रहो बेटा। और मैं आप सबको हार्दिक बधाई देता, यहीं पे लिखता। थैंक यू।
Honorable dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, and all the fellow beings seen on the dais. China will maintain communication and coordination with Russia at all levels for ministers. Pyongyang said on Thursday in a meeting of foreign ministers, a group of G-20 nations in New Delhi. The foreign ministers are also likely to discuss ways to deal for economic growth, increasing inflation, lower demands for goods and services, as well as increasing price of food, fuels and fertilizers. The G-20 summit held annually under the leadership of rotating presidency, as India hosts the G-20 summit this year. Security is a debated topic in every presidential election and one gaining increasing attention. China would like to draw the attention of the world towards the developmental projects undertaken by Chinese government, at the same time would like to incorporate all the positives from the neighboring countries and friend nations. China promises to stand by the world in the times of crisis and natural calamities. China always welcomes the progressive aspects of human nature. We are always ready to listen to our failures and the solutions given by the fellow nations, and are always a foot ahead to go for joint ventures to bring humanity on one platform. As the President of China, I promise to root out corruption, terrorism, poverty, illiteracy, and malnutrition from the world with your support. Thank you. Go for one universe, one world, one future. See ya, see ya.
Good morning to all the dignitaries and my fellow members who are present over here for G20. This year, the presidency for G20 is given to India, and for C20 it is given to Nagpur. Namaste India. As the premier forum for international economic cooperation, the G20 plays an important role in the 2030 agenda and for sustainable development, which includes the Sustainable Development Goals and Addis Ababa Action Agenda. In addition to its core economic mandate, the G20 works in action on the global social and environmental challenges, contributing to the provisions of global public goals and supporting the integration of low-income and developing countries into a sustainable development globally. We meet at a moment of great peril for the world conflicts into and climate catastrophes, distress, division, poverty, inequality, and discrimination. The rising cost of food and energy employment and declining of incomes, massive displacements and dislocations, and the ongoing effects of global pandemic. As the face of the spirit is tempting to put out long-term development priorities to one side to leave them for a Sunday, but development cannot wait. The education of our children cannot wait. Dignified jobs cannot wait. Full equality for women and girls cannot wait. Sustainable development is just not one thing which has to be carried by a nation or a country, but it is a holistic progress for a world in order to get a better future for our future generation. Should live a life with complete sustainability. Have a good day, everyone. Long live France.
Thank you, sir. Now please welcome respected Prime Minister, Mr. Frank-Walter Steinmeier, sir, of Germany.
Good morning, guten Morgen, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. As a member of G20, Germany has always been committed to fostering global economic development and promoting international cooperation. Today, I would like to share with you how Germany has been contributing to its own economic development and global economy. Firstly, Germany has been investing heavily in research and development, particularly in areas such as renewable energy, digitalization, and artificial intelligence. These investments have helped to create a highly skilled workforce and innovative industries that are driving economic growth of Germany and all over the world. For instance, Germany is currently leading in the way of adopting electric vehicles with companies BMW and Volkswagen, investing heavily in research and development and to bring new sustainable mobility solutions to the market. Secondly, Germany has been actively promoting international trade and investment. Our country is one of the world's largest exporters, with exports accounting for around 47% of our GDP. We believe that free trade is essential for promoting economic growth and reducing poverty, and we have been actively supporting efforts to remove trade barriers and negotiate new trade agreements. For example, Germany has been actively involved in negotiating the EU-Mercosur trade agreement, which will create a free trade area between the EU and the South American countries of Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay, and Uruguay. Thirdly, Germany has been promoting sustainable development and environmental protection. For instance, Germany has set itself a goal of achieving carbon neutrality by 2045 and investing heavily in research in renewable energy sources such as wind and solar energy. In conclusion, Germany is committed to promoting economic development and international cooperation. We believe that by investing in research and development and protecting environment, we can create a prosperous future for all. Looking forward to the contribution of all the G20 member countries to achieve success in our plan. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to call reputable President, Mr. Vincent Piquet, sir, of Indonesia.
Good afternoon to all the dignitaries and my fellow members. We are overwhelmed here to contribute our support for G20 Summit 2030. This year, the presidency is given to India. We are present in Nagpur for G20 and to express our motives for Sustainable Development Goals 2030 to manage common concerns of and encourage quality growth. G20 Indonesia set up 9 task forces: open trade and investment, digital connectivity, governing climatic targets and energy transactions, food security, inequality and human capital, health security, international finance and economic recovery, residential infrastructure, SDG financing. Countries need to balance stimulus and tightening policies based on policy priorities and available resources. Indonesia should create a common framework to manage debt burden in low-income developing countries before confusion harm. They should keep trade and investment channels open to reduce trade barriers, especially for medical and food products and environmental goods. Indonesia should facilitate global and regional health cooperation. It should ensure that vaccines is available in developed and developing countries. Indonesia should work to narrow the digital capacity, especially for vulnerable groups and medium-sized enterprises. Global and regional health cooperation is essential to solve the common challenges. It is planned to have a sustainable economic future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I welcome esteemed Prime Minister, Mr. Sergio Mattarella, sir, of Italy.
Buon pomeriggio, Your Majesty's Royal Highness, Heads of States and Government, representative of international organization, ministers, ladies and gentlemen, I, Sergio Mattarella, would like to begin by extending my warmest welcome to you all and thank you for the collaboration and support provided by the governments and organizations you represent to the Italian G20 presidency. Italy has defined 3 major directions for its G20 presidency: people, planet and prosperities. People and their lives must be at the center of our concerns. The climate change emergency looms over everything else. We are also cognizant of how the need to address and solve the issues of reform and international trade system and digital transactions. Therefore, a proposal was put forward to the Make G20 a coordination forum to support necessary work of the United Nations. Distinguished guests, addressing the issues that characterize the G20 presidency, Italy has decided to reach out the various representatives of civil society and young people. We owe a debt to them. We must not hand over to future generation a planet plagued by conflicts, whose resources have been squandered, whose ecosystem has been compromised by the selfishness of people who have been unable to reconcile legitimate as inspiration to economic and social growth with the need to protect something that does not belong to us, because we have to receive aid from young generation. We are the ones who need to change course to overcome these challenges. The time is now. The eyes of billions of people, of entire people, are upon us, and the result we will be able to achieve. Our President of Italy, that appeal that comes from global public opinions. Distinguished guests, with this hope, I express to you all my most fervent wishes of fruitful work. Buon giornate.
Thank you, sir. Next, I invite respected Prime Minister, Mr. Fumio Kishida, sir, of Japan.
Good morning, all the ministers and dignitaries present here. Namaste, India. I am the Naika Kusari Daiji of Japan, Fumio Kishida. Welcome you all. I would like to introduce to you an economic policy I am advocating, which I call new form of capitalism. The single message I wish to convey is the Japanese economy will continue to see robust growth. You can invest in Japan with confidence. Invest in Kishida. Of course, Japan does face many challenges, but I am prepared to lead reform efforts to tackle these challenges head on. Why does capitalism need upgrading? because we need to solve the crucial present-day challenges. One is economic externalities, and the second is pressing challenge is posed by authoritarian states. Finally, I would like to talk about financial market reform. In order to realize the new form of capitalism, we need to revive Japan as an international financial center. As Prime Minister, I will continue to lead to achieve steady progress. Also, with a view to carbon neutrality in 2050, Japan will strongly cultivate the green bond market and go beyond that to the transitional bond market for Asia. Tides rise highest against the wind, not with it. As the flag bearers of democracy, we will face everything with the vision of a new form of capitalism. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Arigato.
Thank you, sir. Now please welcome Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Han Duck-soo of South Korea.
Annyeonghaseyo everyone. After getting independence from Japan, South Korea worked so hard that now it's counting among the world's most technologically advanced and digitally connected country. The successful development of 5G network and development of smart cities has demonstrated country's ability to develop and adopt advanced technology domestically. South Korea also faces some problems, like it has the world's lowest fertility rate and being one of the world's fastest aging societies. Now let me tell you all about our South Korea's culture. South Korea is mostly known about its arts, architecture, literature, which offer a delightful combination of tradition and modernity. In ancient times, Korea used to have some rules which are useless, like untouchability and more. But now Korea is not like that anymore. Education system of South Korea and establishment of educated and motivated populace is highly responsible for this high technology boom. And now, South Korea is counted as a developed nation. Thank you, and your
Thank you, ma'am. Now I invite respected President Mr. Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador of Mexico.
Good morning, one and all. I am privileged and honored to join both hands of G-20 because we are one earth, one family. Let's begin peace with world globe. My name is Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador. I am President of Mexico. As a country, people say me AMLO. My country officially the United States Mexico is country in the southern portion of North America. It is bordered to the north by the United to the world species and the country is West Pacific Ocean as a developing country. Mexico is the second largest economy in Latin America. The country is one of the most biodiverse on the planet, placing it alongside 11 other countries who have 70% of the world's species of flora and fauna. This special category of mega diverse countries makes Mexico both stunning and unique. 9 September 2022. Achievements are Mexican invention and discoveries are object construction and civil engineering, chemical, automotive, transport, aviation and firearms. Problems of Mexico: criminal justice system, military abuses and extrajudicial killings, torture, disappearances, attacks on journalists and human rights defenders, migrants and asylum seekers since from 2022. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, I invite Reputable President Mr. Vladimir Putin, sir, of Russia.
Previous, India and Russia formed a strong and strategic relationships. This diplomatic unity was further strengthened with the both nations shared military ideas as well as all over their economic ideas. India's got G20 presidency on 1st of December. In behalf of Russia, I welcome India's G20 presidency, especially to able-chief leadership Mr. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, committed to making India's year of championship as one that will make both on having our one earth, creating harmony with our one family and giving hope for our one future. And officials will have to burn more midnight oils to achieve conscious on statements. Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022 heightened geopolitical tensions between the Western countries and Russia, lowering global growth expectations due to uncertainty about the effects on the conflicts, especially on the global supply chain. In addition, the sanctions imposed on Russia by Western nations have a spillover effect on the global economy. Conflicts have led to energy supply shocks, commodities, and trade supply shocks, prices thereby causing global inflations in many countries. This paper examines the global economic impact of the Russian-Ukrainian war in the month following the war. Spasibo.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to call esteemed King Salman of Saudi Arabia.
مرحبا أهلا مساء النور بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب زدني علما رب زدني علما رب زدني علما. India and Kingdom of Saudi Arabia shares a rich cultural and traditional ties. Since long time, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia shares a strong trade links with India. Since ages and history is proof of it. Arab traders came to India. India and Saudi Arabia are mutually dependent. India imports petroleum products from Saudi Arabia, whereas Saudi Arabia imports manpower and technology from India. India and Saudi government needs to cooperate at higher level for the benefit of its people. India and Saudi Arabia hope to take a step toward the next level of progress and development for the benefit of its people. And Viva la friendship of Saudi Arab and India. Hajj pilgrimage is another component of bilateral relations between Saudi Arab and India. The core value and the vision of sustainable development goals are well articulated in the resolution passed by the United Nations General Assembly on 25th September 2015, Transforming Our World, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. The ethical commitment of the Agenda 2030 was captured by the pledge at the very beginning of the document. As we embark on this collective journey, we pledge no one will be left behind, recognizing that the dignity of the human person is fundamental. We wish to see the goals and targets are met for all nations and peoples and for all segments of the society. And we will endeavor to reach furthest behind first. The digital civic spaces and the participation of civil society through social media networks further strengthened. The role of civil society in the governance also broadens the scope of governance. That include digital freedom, social media, and platform economy. To realize the pledge of leaving no one behind requires an ethical commitment and political will to make it happen. Thank you. Shukran jazilan. Ma'as salama.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Now, please welcome Honorable President Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, sir, of South Africa.
Sawubona India, Natambama Inile. South Africa is also called Rainbow Nation because of its multicultural diversity. Republic of South Africa is a multi-ethnic society encompassing a wide variety of cultures, languages, and religions. Presently, my country is the only African state that is a member of G-20, and I am glad to announce that we will be taking over G-20's presidency for the first time in 2025. Here in G20, we are giving priority to the permanent membership of the African Union in the G20. Promotion of African interests and wider African representation at multilateral forums is a significant aspect of our foreign policies. The African Union comprises 54 levels of economies, but collective African decisions are not really acknowledged by the international bodies. The African Union permanent membership of the G20 grouping will allow African states to have a major say on the issue which one of great importance for Africa. Climate change and energy security is a significant area of concern for us. Climate change will have a devastating effect on our coastal settlements, infrastructures, and ecosystems. We seek to reduce carbon emissions given that South Africa is heavily dependent on coal mining. In the end, I would like to propose that South Africa would try to make sure that G-20 remains sensitive to the needs of the developing economies of Africa and that of Global South. Next year's G20's presidency will provide us a unique platform to place our agenda that will bring Global South at the center of development. Nagi Banga.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, I invite respected President Mr. Recep Tayyip Erdogan, Sir of Turkey.
Assalamu alaikum, good evening, good afternoon. As you all know, in the very recent time, we have faced various earthquake attacks, and I want to thank all the nations who directly or indirectly helped us in the situation of our natural disaster. I especially want to thank Mr. Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, whose overwhelming support and kindness helped us in the situation of our natural disaster. The motto of G20 is One Earth, One Family, One Future. With a population of 85.3 million, Turkey is among the greatest producers of agricultural products, textiles, motor vehicles, transportation equipments, etc. Turkey's growth of GDP over the past 10 years, the global GDP has grown by 25%, and Turkey's contribution was 3.3% in it. In 2015, along with all world leaders, we joined the agenda for 2030 sustainable development that address common issues such as the population, economic growth, but improving the quality of life. We formulated 169 targets based on the motto of leaving no one behind. We assembled on the same platform, engaging all the communities to reduce poverty, enhancing people's well-being, safe water and sanitation facilities, and Turkey is among the greatest performers as measured by per annual rates of average annual rates of productive progress. Tanraya sekut for Turkey ekmek için küresel ekonomide gelir. Thank you.
Now I would like to call the Deputy Prime Minister, Mr. Rishi Sunak, Sir of the United Kingdom.
Unity is the power of world and nation. Unity is the power of world and nation which makes beautiful connection and coordination. G20 makes it possible. G20 makes it possible to solve every trouble. Good afternoon to one and all. The delegates of United Kingdom for G20 Summit is here to discuss international financial stability, environmental changes, greenhouse gas emissions, and for sustainable development. UK business organizations, including the Confederation of British Industry, British Chambers of Commerce, Federation of Small Business, Mehar Institute of Experts, and the Saudi-British Joint Business Council. International development strategy is a central part of foreign UK foreign policy. The principles of free markets, free trade, free speech, effective institutions, and shared technology have underpinned development advances over recent decades. United Kingdom is committed to fulfill the agenda of sustainable development for the safety and security of the beautiful planet Earth. This will definitely finally help fulfill the G20 motto of One Earth, One Family, One Future. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to call the esteemed President, Mr. Joe Biden, Sir of the United States of America.
Good morning, all the members of G20 and guests present here. I am here to talk about the world's strongest country with 99% literacy rate. Yes, I am talking about USA.
The G20 was established to provide a new mechanism for informal dialogue to broaden the discussion on key economic and financial policies issues and promote cooperation to achieve stable and sustainable world economic growth that benefits all. G20 major outcomes include regulation of commodity, derivative markets, action plan on food price volatility and agriculture, and increase to transparency of energy markets and MTPS action plan on development achievement. The G20 took measures to ensure the availability of finance through largest ever internationally coordinated fiscal and monetary stimulus package, the establishment of new Financial Stability Board (FSB) to include major emerging market economies with a stronger financial regulation mandate and agreement, substantial increase in IMF resources. Major problems affecting the US country are anti-corruption and transparency, arms control and non-proliferation, climate crisis, counter-terrorism, cyber issue, energy, racism and racial inequality, healthcare, human rights, violence against LGBT people, gender inequality, wealth and income inequality, economic issues, public health, social inequality, economic achievement of USA. US economy grew up 2.1% in 2022, held by consumption. The figure primarily reflected increase in consumer spending and other areas like export. I hope all the G20 member countries will help us to achieve our goals. Thank you.
Sir, next I invite Honorable European Commission President Mrs. Ursula von der Leyen, ma'am.
Good morning, distinguished guests, colleagues, activists, and leaders. Hello and all. Ich begrüße alle Illustraten zu diesem G20-Gipfel. Namaste, India. Unter und family, and now we need a community show for the present in cultural and mass community Montele, clever and unique. European Union is a unique economic and political union between 27 countries. Our union today has founded on its roots in several treaties signed in the aftermath of the Second World War. Our union is founded on the core values of protecting the human dignity and rights, respecting the freedom and rule of law, representing the democracy, and standing for the equality. Our aim is to promote peace, its values, and the well-being of its citizens, offer freedom and well-being and security and sustenance within internal borders. Our aims are not only limited within its borders, but also within the wider world. We are contributing to solidarity and mutual respect among people, contributing to peace and security and sustainable development of the earth. Our agenda is a commitment to eradicate poverty and achieve sustainable development in 2030 worldwide. We have 17 sustainable developmental goals and 169 targets. Our union is playing an active role throughout the process and is committed to, in the process, implementing the agenda within our union and developmental cooperation with partner countries. We want to bring change, and we have our goals set for no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable energy, decent work and economic growth, industries, innovation, infrastructure, reduce inequalities, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate change, life below water, life on earth, peace, justice, and strong institutions and partnership for the goals. We have pan-European membership as 47 member states. We have a comprehensive measurable normative framework which can be used as both indicators and benchmarks. In addition to our intergovernmental bodies, our Council of Europe's unique structure includes the Parliamentary Assembly, the Congress of Local and Regional Authorities, the Commissioner for Human Rights, the Conference of International NGOs, as well as the European Court of Human Rights. Our annual World Forum for Democracy is also an important platform reaching out to civil society to consolidate democratic institutions. These various bodies are precious to support our states in their efforts to translate the global agenda into action at both national and local levels. Taking sustainable development as a prime model, we promise to bring a change and walk towards the path of peace and healthy environment. There are stories of everything our union stands and strives for. It's a story of heart, character, and solidarity that shows everyone what Europeans can achieve when we really around a common cause. This is a European spirit, a union that stands strong together, a union that prevails together. Long live Europe! Thank you. William Campbell.
नमस्कार मित्रों, मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, विश्व समुदाय के सभी परिवारजन, फॉरेन मिनिस्टर्स, heads of international organizations, excellencies, I welcome you to India for G20 foreign ministers meeting. India has selected a theme, one earth, one family, one future. वसुदेव कुटुंबकम. आप सब यह अच्छी तरह जानते हैं और समझते हैं कि हमारा देश किस प्रकार वैश्विक ताकतों के बीच वर्ल्ड लीडर के रूप में उभर रहा है. G20 की अध्यक्षता यह हमें बड़े अवसर के रूप में आई है और हमें वैश्विक भलाई के लिए साथ मिलकर वह सब करना चाहिए जिससे हमारे विश्व में प्रगति एवं शांति स्थापित की जा सके. It signals the need for unity of purpose and unity of action. I hope our meeting will today reflect the spirit of coming together for achieving common and concrete objectives. Excellencies, we must all acknowledge that multilateralism is in crisis today. The architecture of global governance is created after a Second World War to serve two functions. First, to prevent future wars by balancing competing interests, and second, to foster international cooperation on issues of common interest. The experience of last few years, our financial crisis, climate change, pandemic, and war clearly shows that the global governance had failed in both its mandate. After years of progress, we are at rest today to move back to sustainable development goals. Many developing countries are struggling with unsustainable debt while trying to ensure food and energy security for their people. They are also the ones most affected by global warming caused by richer countries. This is why India's G20 presidency has tried to give a voice to global south. No group can claim the global leadership without listening the most affected one. Excellencies, we are meeting at the time of deep global divisions and our discussion will affect the geopolitical tension. The world looks upon G20 to ease for the challenges of growth, economic resilience, disaster resilience, financial stability, corruption, terrorism, food and energy security. In short, G20 has a critical role to play in between growth and efficiency and resilience on other hand. I have full trust in your collective vision, ability. मेरा यह विश्वास है कि आज का यह आयोजन न केवल भारत के लिए यादगार रहेगा बल्कि इसका उल्लेख पूरे विश्व में स्वर्ण अवसर के रूप में किया जाएगा. धन्यवाद.
I now thank the distinguished guests for their valuable time and cooperation in making this C-20 summit a grand success. In keeping with the spirit of Vasudeva Kutumbakam, let us all unite as one planet and one family with one future. Thank you very much. So now I request India to leave the hall.
नंबर पर रिसीवर